What up, world? Welcome back. I am Dwayne Langham. This is the app, Yellow app, the road leads travel. You have just tuned in for another live YouTube broadcast. As you know, I'm on this journey. As you can see, I'm headed back to the other side of the coast, Pacific to East. Just want to chime in and have a final thought to conclude this travel. So the last video we made was intentionality from beginning to end. But what's the bigger question? What's the intentionality of your life? What's your purpose? Coaching with a client, a good friend of mine, longtime buddy, brother from decades ago, back in the high school days. We were talking about life's purpose. He's a very successful guy, got a lot of things going for him, strong career, family, finances in order. And I told him, there's not much I can even see that I can support you in, man. I've always just witnessed from afar, and you seem to have it together. You know what you're doing. You know what you're up to. And the one thing we were left in the conversation, what are you here for? What's your purpose? What takes things bigger than you? You've got everything together for you in your life, but what goes beyond that? And he didn't have an answer for that. And that's a question every man has to consider. And honestly, every woman, every human being, every life has to consider, what are you here for? What is your purpose? And it can seem like the biggest, most intimidating question and mountain of a challenge in the world. The reality is, it's the most simple thing in the world. It's something that is there for you. It's embedded. You were made that way. It's in your heart. So what's your purpose and how do you find it? Let me share by example what I mean by this. So I can tell you, anyone watching, the millions, thousands that tune in, fans, viewers, whatever, my purpose in life is that before I take my last breath, before I leave this earth, I can rest easy and relax knowing I've had a job well done, when there is no separation amongst humanity, amongst the human race, when there is no race, when there is no sex, there is only human being. Man, woman, black, white, brown, green, born in California, born in Atlanta, born in Europe, born in Asia, does not matter. There is no separation, because that's the root cause of the majority of our problems. We look at the symptoms. I, an individual, an archetype, a group, a demograph, black male in America can get shot by a cop when I get pulled over. That's the symptom. The symptom of a root cause of separation, that a white man may see me differently, that a police officer may see me differently as a citizen. He may have fear, doubt, misunderstanding. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's not about what I need to do in those situations. It's not about what they need to do in those situations. The root cause is that there is separation amongst human beings. So we can't address it from the symptoms. We have to address the root cause. That's my life purpose, to see that separation disappear. And also, the second part of my life purpose is that anyone and everyone I come to contact, every single human being on this earth, 8 billion people, realize limitless potential for every single one of us. No matter who you are, where you are, whether you're homeless, whether you have a disability, whatever color you are, whatever sex you are, whatever sexuality you are, anything. If you have air in your lungs, if you are living, you are here for a purpose. Now, in our identity, our ego, that may seem like something grand, something grandiose. I'm here to accomplish something. They're going to make a statue. I got to do it right. I got to do it great. No, it's not about that. You may just be the example. You may just be the martyr. You may just be the spark that ignites the brain. That's my favorite quote from Tupac. I may not change the world, but I guarantee you that I will cause the spark that ignites the brain that will change the world. That was an eternal quote. That's why Pac is classic. That's why he was an artist more than a rapper or entertainer. Prophetic words, that kind of thought process. Maybe your purpose is to raise children for the next generation. Maybe your purpose is to mentor and pass on a message, pass on a value, a teaching, a way of being, morals, values, whatever. Maybe your purpose is to die on a cross. Maybe your purpose is to die for a cause. What are you living for if you're not dying for anything? So what I challenge you to look at, and it's super easy, when we get past how infinite it is you have to realize that we are infinite. There are infinite possibilities and capabilities. But really look at what talks to your heart, and it's always the thing that's right there in front of you. It's always the thing that pulls you forward. You do not have to strive for it. You do not have to make it happen. It will happen for, to, through, and around you when you follow your purpose. So what does that look like? As funny as it sounds, your purpose is just what is. It may be to entertain, it may be to teach, it may be to reach, it may be to serve, it may be to help. Do you understand that? Look at someone's craft. Look at an actor. A brilliant actor can convey emotion and bring a tear to your eye through watching a film, a piece of fiction. And through that entertainment, that human experience that you get, they're giving you value. That is their purpose. Not that it's the end of the road, but that's what they're here for, to touch people and connect with people. Therefore, they get the value back of entertaining those millions. They make millions. And then they have the ability to become a philanthropist, the ability to give back, to help others and do more. But that is their purpose. They'll find a deeper purpose later and beyond that. Your purpose is always changing. Your purpose can be one thing today and one thing tomorrow and one thing next year and one thing the week after that. Life is infinite. After your purpose is fulfilled, who says that life is over? We create that construct. That's the whole grandiose ego idea that I have to get it right. It has to be grand. It has to be huge. It has to look a certain way. But if you're following your purpose, it may be that you like working on cars. Do you understand that there are people who like cars? It's not just that you're a mechanic, you're going to be a grease monkey the rest of your life. You could be doing custom modifications for people with high-performance vehicles, luxury vehicles, vehicles that cost as much as a house. And guess what? You're getting paid tens of thousands or whatever to do some upgrades. And guess what? You're satisfying. You're giving that value. You've impacted somebody's life that they're willing to pay that money. They're willing to have that exchange. That could be your impact and your purpose. If your purpose, I have a client of mine who's in the entertainment business as a DJ, runs a DJing business. You know who you are. And his purpose is to make sure that bride and grooms have the best, most memorable, joyous experience of their life with the people that they love. That is his purpose. You may not ever know his name, but every single one of those lives that he touches, every single one that has those memories and pictures and experiences and first dance and jumping the broom and everything else, he's being satisfied and fulfilled. He's bringing people joy in life. He's following his purpose, and that's just what it looks like. For me, my purpose is coaching, transformation, engaging with people, helping people, bringing people up, bringing the world that I see fit. The reason it's simple, it's going to be different. Whatever you love, go on YouTube. Best place. You're here on it right now. Go on YouTube. The people that are sharing are following their purpose. They may start off doing it for money, but the ultimate thing is that they're doing it because it's something that came natural, something that they could see themselves doing, whether it's playing a video game to entertain you, whether it's giving you knowledge and information, whether it's talking about cars, whether it's talking about life, transformation, coaching, self-development. YouTube is the expression of humans following purpose. It takes effort. This is work. And it starts off free. Nobody gives you anything just because you put some effort out, because you put some love and energy out. But that's following your purpose. You're paid in full in the experience, and you just keep doing it. So anyway, before I go off into a deep rant, I just really wanted to convey that message to you. Because your purpose is what makes the world happen. The reason I pass these messages is because that is my purpose, is for you to see this and touch something inside of you, an inkling of something, spark something, get a fire under you. See something in life that, yes, I'm here for something. Let me have joy. Let me do this thing. Let me give. And everything else will be taken care of. Here's a question I want to leave with you and pose to you, because this is my dream. I have a dream, right? My mentor, Martin Luther King. My dream is, what does that world look like? When a black human isn't afraid to be pulled over by a white human. When a female doesn't feel a certain way that she has to be, appear, act, or do, say around a male. When a transgender, gay, bisexual, or whatever way that you are does not have to feel separate, different, alone, isolated. When you're not worried about survival, and then we all start thriving. When it's not about preparing for the rainy day, having a bank account, having a storehouse, having bigger houses, nicer things, and it's about, what am I here for? What am I going to do into this world and leave it better than how I found it? When I showed up, we didn't have cell phones. When I left, there's technology. I can pull up Google in the palm of my hand and get infinite knowledge. In my life alone, these last 3 decades, I've witnessed the world go from a rotary dial phone to the cell phone I'm speaking to the world on right now in the palm of my hand, connecting to the world. Really, this is the information age, the technology age. How much advancement is that in 3 decades? That was brought through the efforts of 5 to 10% of the world. You always look at the dynamic. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. What are the rich focused on? Rich and wealthy are living in abundance because they have more than enough and they're giving. If you create a product, a service, a business, whatever, giving millions, you'll have millions. You give to billions, you'll have billions. And what are those people doing? Also giving their money into other things, philanthropy. So when everyone gets past the survival and starts getting into thriving, what does the world look like when 8 billion people are not trying to survive, but trying to figure what does humanity do next? Where do we go next? What's the next step? What else can be done? What is our potential? What can we create? Through war, competition, through the 50s, we bred innovation. We wanted to get to the moon. We wanted to see other planets. Now we just want to see dollar accounts. We just want to ball out. We just want to have the life of luxury, treat ourselves, this temporary flesh, this humanity that's not even going to be here for good. But what's the next wave of humanity? What takes us to another planet? What takes us to another galaxy? What cures disease? What changes life in existence as we know it? There are 8 billion people on this earth. And we're not at our full potential. I say we might be at about 10% because that's that 10% rule. 80-20, 90-10, 5%, 3%, 1%, whatever you want to call it, that's the only part that's stepping up. But what happens when everybody wakes up, when everybody understands it's bigger than me, there's more to be done, there's potential, I can do anything. If I have a thought, I can make it happen. If you see it, if you dream it, you can achieve it. When that happens, we have heaven on earth. Who says that we're not still in the Garden of Eden, but we all forgot? Who says that being released from the Garden of Eden was not here and right here on this earth? Anyway, I'm not going to rant on too long. I'm not going to get into too many deeper thoughts, but it all comes from a conversation of what is your purpose? Why are you here? Take the time to ponder that. And if I've planted a seed or given you a spark or given you some direction, as always, I've done my job. So when's the time you want to look and find out your purpose? Well, I don't know. I'll still be living tomorrow. You know, I can still live next week. When's the next holiday? We got Independence Day coming up. Maybe that's a good time that I should find my purpose. No, today. Today is the best day of your life. It's the first day to the rest of your life. Live it powerful. And in the meantime, I'm going to be right here, Cali, airport. I'm going to be right here on the Ave, wishing you the best and only success. I'll let you. See you. Peace.